strong. We have marched to commemorate the Nakba not as a moment of collective trauma, enduring in memory but rooted in the past, but as an unbroken, ongoing catastrophe. And we have marched at a moment when the roots of that catastrophe, the Zionist project for the displacement and erasure of the Palestinian people, is now manifesting itself with unashamed brutality in an open project of genocide. A genocide whose tapestry, since Israel tore up the ceasefire, cut off all food, water and supplies, is woven with new details and new images of unsurpassed horror. Right now, 70,000 children, 70,000 children in Gaza, the majority aged between 1 month and 2 years, are being treated for acute malnutrition. Many of them have been blinded because of their lack of access to food. Now, in my home, on my wall, I have a picture of my children. My 2 daughters, then aged about 6 and 9, standing in Trafalgar Square, holding placards saying, "Stop starving the Palestinians." They had been with me on a protest against Israel's newly imposed blockade on Gaza, at a moment when it had been revealed that Israel was calculating exactly how many calories should be let in that would keep Palestinians malnourished but just about alive. A senior Israeli official infamously said, "We won't let them starve, we are going to put them on a diet." And now, in front of the whole world, Israel is prepared to use full starvation as a weapon of war. For the past 3 months, as one UN official put it, nothing has entered Gaza, only bombs. And this week, we heard a group of British lawyers, UK lawyers for Israel, whose patrons sit proudly in the House of Lords, issue a statement in which they declared that Israel's withholding of food may preserve the lives of Palestinians because so many of them, they said, are obese. Now we know the breadth and depth of British complicity in the 77 years of Nakba, but those who sustain that complicity, who continue to support, arm, finance and provide diplomatic cover for Israel as it withholds food to the point of blinding and starving infants to death, are in no better moral place than the likes of UK lawyers for Israel, and history will judge them accordingly. Friends, how in the name of humanity have we arrived at a place where our government, in order to justify the continued shipment of F-35 parts to Israel, is sending its lawyers into court to argue that maintaining the confidence of a US president who currently proposes to remove all Palestinians for Gaza, to create a Riviera for Western elites, that is more important than upholding international law. How in the name of humanity have we arrived at a place where we have a health secretary, Wes Streeting, who is less energised by the need to oppose the destruction of Gaza's hospitals, the killing of its health professionals, including British citizens, than he is about issuing new measures to stop health professionals in Britain openly demonstrating their solidarity with an oppressed people and with their fellow medics in Gaza. Eternal shame upon him. So friends, we will continue to build our magnificent community of resistance. We will continue to call for a full arms embargo, for divestment by every public body. We will continue to target complicit companies like Barclays Bank, and we will continue to call for every supermarket and shop in the UK to stop selling Israeli goods. We salute the members of the cooperative who have voted overwhelmingly to remove Israeli goods from their shelves. And friends, we will continue our struggle knowing that the battle we are all engaged in is a fundamental battle for the world we want to inhabit and we want our children to grow up in. Is that a world where might is right, or will it be a world where rights belong to all of us, regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, or nationality? Let me end with this. I know you are weary. We are all weary. But we also know that we do not have the luxury of genocide fatigue, because the Palestinian people do not have that choice. We must be, and we will be inspired by their endurance, even in the face of genocide. And after 77 years of Nakba, we know that the fabric of justification that has allowed the political establishment to normalize genocide is wearing thin and being torn apart at the seams, when even Tory MPs are openly saying we can no longer support Israel. And the former head of the Joint Intelligence Committee is calling, finally, for a full arms embargo on Israel. So our struggle for that better world continues to be founded on the hope that has been the cornerstone of 77 years and more of Palestinian resistance. A hope that every Palestinian passes to the next generation like the keys to their home. And so right now, I am joined on the stage by my two daughters, now in their 20s, who have already spent too much of their lives engaged in this struggle, but will continue with that struggle until Palestine is free. So like you, friends, they will not stop marching, will not stop protesting, campaigning and boycotting until the day of liberation arrives, until Israel's system of apartheid is ground into the dust of history, until all of the Palestinian people scattered across the globe, like every member of my family, are free to return and on every inch of our historic homeland are living in freedom. Veins like roots of olive trees, we will return. That is not a threat, not a wish, a hope or a dream, but a promise. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Thank you.
London, thank you so much for joining us today.